So good morning everybody, Carlos here, just getting my shoes on, my running shoes. I'm off to the golf course today to do a lap of the chip trail. I'm taking my e-bike. I'm going to be recording most of the ride to King's Pond, and then I'll probably say goodbye to you as I set off on the run. You've heard me run the golf course many times, so I won't have to record that again for you. Beautiful day here today. I've got lots of stuff to talk about. Firstly, we have a new oven, a beautiful Frigidaire convection oven. It's already baked a loaf of bread, salmon and spinach quiche. What else? I don't know. Oops. The other thing is that the wood guys came and cut down John's oak tree, and I've now got it stacked beside the bikes in the carport, waiting for some assistance to split the wood. Gary oak is exceptionally hard wood. But I have a maul, and I have a sledgehammer, and I have ear protectors. Metal on metal is quite a sharp, high-pitched ping every time I hit that maul with my sledgehammer. That is a concern. But one of the reasons I'm doing this workout today in this manner is because the e-bike ride is not going to be too taxing for me, and I will get to my start point for the run reasonably quickly. 15 minutes will get me there on the e-bike. Even though I forgot to charge it, I still have enough to do the 10 kilometers or so that I need to do today. The ravens are making noise today. I think I might stop the music in a minute because I'm pretty sure that it's on shuffle, and I'm pretty sure that very soon I will hit some kind of copyright issues, which has never really bothered me in the past, but occasionally I do get a copyright strike against me, which is not a good thing. I'll wait till I get to the harvest lane and I'll just stop the music. I should really eliminate all the copyright problems from my playlist, and then I could just let it play on shuffle. But that would make far too much sense for this jackal. I like the element of surprise in my life. Yeah, today's quiche turned out really nice. We're going to have it for our lunch when Norma and I get back from our workouts. She's off to Pilates. Never really done Pilates. I've done yoga. I've done quite a few other indoor activities at the gym. But with all this wood to cut, to split, if I fall short of my calorie count today when I get home, I will split a round or two of oak and stack them on my ever increasing wood pile. I'm using the money from the empties that I get from my family's drinking to buy wood from the wood guy. Somehow the fact that it's money that I'm getting from returning empty cans gives me a sense of pleasure, partly because I'm getting money for retrieving empty cans. Hello. Hi there. Oh. Nice day. Oops, you hit the tree. Okay, so this one I know is copyright clear. This is one that I've used many times. It's basically instrumental music which does not distract from my audio. It's when they start singing at me that it becomes a little bit confusing. For me, anyway. I guess you would probably just hear the music and not me, but it doesn't work like that. It does not work like that. This is my show. Oh. I'm trying to, excuse me, I'm trying to manipulate my equipment around my body. I've got my voice recorder hanging in the holster that usually accommodates my phone. I have my phone in my jacket, handkerchief pocket, the breast pocket of my jacket. That's pretty close to where the microphone is on the voice recorder. So that's good. Just coming up to 2 kilometers here of my journey. Bike's running really well at the moment since I gave it the service, the lube job. Up I go. I could help a little bit more by finding a more accommodating gear for my efforts instead of backing off and letting the engine, the electric motor, do the work. I can combine my efforts, especially seeing as I'm on half a battery now. I'm following a Mazda CX-5 down Glendenning coasting behind the CX-5. I think he must have a stone in his wheel or something. I can hear a clicking. I don't think it's coming from my bike. I think it's coming from his tire. So the wood splitting will be entered as indoor bike. If I enter it as any other activity, it won't give me a true reading. It'll just keep switching to auto pause every time I stop moving to swing the maul. The maul, M-A-U-L. I have to spell out some of these words that I pronounce the English way, like dawn and dew, D-E-W, and D-A-W-N. Yeah, there's a bit of a problem coming up here. Cyclist crossing. Alright, I'm safe. She's safe. Riding on barefoot now, going towards King's Pond. I have to cross Mackenzie Avenue shortly. When I get to the lamppost the signpost where I lock up my bike, I will stop the music and decide how much more I need to record for today's episode, midweeker. A midweeker. So the new oven is a real pleasure to use. It has lots of digital features. First of all, it has a convection feature. It bakes, it roasts, I think it even proves the bread. If I wanted to put it on the lowest possible setting with a water pan in the oven, I could prove my loaf before I baked it. But I decided to do my old way of proving the loaf. What I do is I put my pastry board on top of the sink in the kitchen, half fill the sink with hot water, and then balance my loaf pan under the lid, so to speak. Keeps the heat in, the steam from the sink as the oven warms up. It takes about 20 minutes to proof the bread after it comes out of the dough mixer. Alright, now I cross Mackenzie Avenue. Yep, after that it goes in the oven at 385, I think. 390 I baked it at yesterday. Turned out beautifully. The fan browns the top. The wind, the hot air blowing over the top of the loaf browned it nicely and gave it a crispy texture on the top. The quiche that I made was a little bit underbaked, but I'm still experimenting. I didn't want to use the broiler element because I haven't read how to use that. So I was just using the convected air. The other day, a huge mirror that I have in my bathroom peeled itself off the wall and crashed to the ground around 10:30 at night. not what you want to have to deal with before going to sleep. But this was before we got the new oven installed, so at the time of this mirror crashing to the floor, we had the new oven sitting on the kitchen table for 3 days waiting for the installer to come in with his mate to install the oven. So our kitchen was in a real disarray, I should say. Our kitchen was in disarray. And only then did I realize how much of my life focuses around that one spot of my kitchen. Having a huge steel box sitting on the kitchen table, it's not the most conducive thing to have to deal with. So now I'm waiting for Cedar Hill Road to quieten down a bit so I can cross as a vehicle. Otherwise I'll have to go off and press the button. I think I'm good. There is a car behind me which is going to trigger the lights pretty soon, I would say. Yeah, we got it. Got a green. Gotta go on the green. But you didn't hear the beep 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 because I didn't press the pedestrian button. Well, I'm getting pretty close to Queensberry Avenue and King's Pond. It's kind of interesting. I don't know if they chose the names, but King's Pond was called King's Pond probably before Queensberry Avenue was called Queensberry Avenue. But I don't know if you have this in your town, but we have patches, we have areas, we have neighborhoods with themes. There's the floral themes, the tulips and the rose and the hyacinth and the chrysanthemum, all those kind of names in one neighborhood. And then you get the alphabetical names, the ones with all the T's and all the R's. Anyway, as I pull up Queensberry Avenue sign, no exit, no turning area, it says. Auto pause, I heard that. Let me just get the pedal on the other side of the post. That way it'll hold it in place as I get myself ready for the run. I just try to decide whether I need the high security lock or the low security lock. I think I'm pretty safe here. I'll use the quick combo lock instead of my big U-bolt kind of lock. Off comes the helmet. Out comes the phone. I have to switch from e-biking to running. Yep, I'll leave this one going. Fluidscape, Kevin McLeod. But now I'm going to be putting the voice recorder in my hand. Let me just grab that. And I'll pause it while I get the rest of my equipment organized. A little bit of ambient sound for you as I put my jacket away in the pannier. I have water with me today, so I don't have to worry about that. Yep, I'm going to take this recording a little bit further. Today I'm going to go around clockwise. Let me just reduce Samantha's volume a little bit.
Auto paused. Workout resumed.
Got it. That'll have to do. This will take us to Glacier Place. I can hear the ice cube rattling in my water bottle. So far I've recorded me putting on my shoes and my ride to the golf course. Hi. I'm on chipped gravel at the moment, heading towards the wood chip and dirt part of the trail. Hang on a second. I don't think I switched the app. Let me check.
Auto paused. Zone 2.
No, I didn't.
Workout stopped.
Okay, so that's the end of that one. So that was first ride. First ride. First ride. Got it. And now I switch to running. All right. So for the next few minutes anyway, I will continue my dialogue. Now I'm on the wood chip. This lap is 3.6 kilometers. A little bit less, seeing as I started off on the e-bike setting. I did about 200 meters before I realized my error. This run is going to take me about half an hour, but as I say, I've already recorded about 23 minutes, so I won't need to record too much more. It was great running with Rob yesterday. I just proved to myself that I can run continuously. Without taking walk breaks. As I approach Glacier Place, I will say goodbye to you all. Hello. So this is the Running Jackal ending his midweek episode at Glacier Place as I continue my run around the Cedar Hill Chip Trail. Bye-bye, everybody.